So lately I've been going to the Denver Botanic Gardens, like, not exactly daily, but very often. And as I go there, it started and I was like looking at the flowers and I was like, okay, cool. And then I started to go more and I would look at the benches and I would see, like, oh, they're all commemorated to people. There's a bench for Ted Pytharos, I don't know, and his commemoration says, he had an appreciation or he had a love for family, art and design, and wide open vistas. And I go and I sit and I look at the kind of open clearing that his bench is near. And then there are a couple of other ones. I think Henry Cross, Our Little Prince. And I go and with my flute, I play Goodnight, or Lullaby. Yeah, Goodnight, My Angel by Billy Joel. And then Handsome Tom Burns. He loved wine, music, and friends. I like to think that it's in that order. And I go, and I wish that I could bring a bottle of wine with me, but I go and I play music off my speaker. And not too far is a bench commemorating, it's for all those who know a child gone too soon. And Susan Namie did sit and sing with the birds and talk with the trees. And I play music for them and I go and I sit on those benches and I've talked to some people about, they're like, are you playing for the plants or are you playing for us? Or I say, no, I'm playing for the souls that are gone, to keep them in our memory so we can all be immortal. And Mindy Quaid, her garden bloomed with love and music, always in our hearts. And it's right by this giant globe with notes, music notes all around it. It's just like art installation. And I mean, it's so clear to me that like everybody that I've come across has, as they live on and carry whatever I've given them, good, bad, it doesn't matter. That's my immortality. And I wouldn't be where I'm at without all the people that I came across. Every single word that was shared with me, every piece of poetry or artwork or any deep, dark secret, all of that, it lives with me and it informs me and it carries me to the gardens and it carries me to the park and it carries me to tree stumps here and there and everywhere. And I play Lord of the Rings and I play whatever, and some Hobbit music and Game of Thrones, Little Mermaid, or The Lion King, with the drug users and the unhoused and yeah. I mean, it's clear. I just came across a video that pointed out, this oak tree and the inside was hollowed out and there was a new little sapling inside that oak tree that was growing, and the hollowed out tree was still living. There was all this dead stuff happening, like decaying happening at kind of like inside the hollowed out part. And the video talked about how the like life and death are not so far apart. And I think I figured that out a long time ago. I don't know how long ago, but it's something that I've been piecing together. Like, how do I bring these? How do I do something with this? What's the application here? And the application is that I go and I play my flute and I play music on my speaker and I dance with the spirits of those who were memorialized at the gardens with stuff that talks about family, nature, love, friends, music, and flowers. Oh, and I don't remember. Oh, is it Anne Scarlett Daly? Gratitude, curiosity, warmth, giggles, grace, and style. And I talk about, the native landscape. And I wonder where it's gone, and I point to all the grass spots where there could be wildflowers or fruit trees or whatever. And I just say, where's the life and death here? It looks like just fucking one grass lawn. No biodiversity. But there's something here. There's something about I don't know, like, it's so obvious to me. And I feel like I've got all these books here, like all these books. And I get them and I think, oh, it's like I need more classics. I need more stuff that will help me to understand it. I need more stuff that other people have read and things that are common, like common knowledge and like To Kill a Mockingbird. But I also need things that nobody that I know has read. Like here. Right, 1984. Plants Are My Favorite People. Book on Hinduism. Law and Society. Stuff that, like, is anybody reading that? I don't know. Nobody that I know is reading these books. I mean, 1984 is a common one, but the other one's there. But I don't think it's about that anymore. I think that I actually need to get rid of a lot of these books because it's just not. I've read some of them, and the ones that I haven't read, it's not that important that I maybe keep it because I think I figured out that, like, the way for me to feel whole is not through so many books and so much reading, which is really how I made it as far as I did, without feeling very connected in person, like to the people around me. And so I connected with people through books, because then I never had to worry if I was bothering. And it did seem like, if I asked my questions of people in my own life, they could get bothered. They're like, why do we need to go to this depth of thought? What are we even doing? And for me, I was like, what are we even doing? Not getting to this depth of thought, keeping it all shallow and never digging our heels in and getting to the messy stuff. Messy stuff is the good stuff. That's the mold and decay. That's where new stuff is going to grow out of. And well, I would love to be able to connect with people on that level. But we're all repositories for, at this point, all different kinds of texts and music and thing that we have to do is just do our best to connect with others still. Oh, it's very difficult, but the more I walk, I talk to people outside on the streets, whether they look like they're doing well for themselves or not. If I can figure out a way to have a conversation, if there's some kind of in point to go in and have a little talk, take a song request if I've got my instrument out. If somebody has music playing on their speaker, I turn my speaker down. I listen to what they're listening to. I say, what are you listening to? And then I pop around a little bit, people in cars driving by, and they say, hey! And I'm like, hey. But I'm done with conformity, because the conformist thing is to go to the gardens, to look at some of the flowers, see what I have an interest in, find the name of that thing, and then just go home. But I find the names of these things, and then I say, can I identify these without the placard? Can I go back the next day and know the cherry plum tree? And I know it not only because it's in the same spot, but I know it by its leaves, by its bark, and the hedge maple. Well, I know that hedge maple as I go past the trees on my way to go to the botanic gardens. Well, I know the silver maples and the sycamores and the hawthorns. Well, I know the ash trees, and can I tell the difference between an ash and an elm? And can I tell the difference between a water birch and a paper birch? And I still don't remember that third kind of birch tree that I've seen it around. And then I wonder, beyond that, what's the quality of the wood? Is the bark or like our twigs, can they be like kind of like separated and wound back together to make really good string or something like that? Like what are the uses that this thing has? And also, how do I approach this from a place of respect, so that I would never, just like be ripping these trees apart for the wood to like make string just so that I can have string, but it needs to have a direct purpose. What do I need string for? This is what I'm trying to get back to, is an understanding and a respect for the things, and what can you do for me, but what can I do for you? How can I nurture the soil? And I'm gaining the information, and it's just a matter of like, I don't know exactly how to apply, because so much of the land around is just stripped of life, and it's got pesticides and sprays and this and that, and so the insects are dying there, the weeds are being killed there. It's just a poison landscape, and I think, how do I protect this? And that's what I want to do as a government official. Hopefully this thing, I'm able to figure out, what I could even run for, and like what does that look like, and how do I get my word out, like my message, and but that's what I kind of want to do, is like enable people to be able to use just the empty plots of land right there. Like, hey, let's make this experimental, and let's see, with a community garden, who in the community will come and learn here and work on this little corner with me. Do this corner on Monday, do that corner on Tuesday, do another corner a couple blocks down on Wednesday. Go down there on Thursday, go down there on Friday. And maybe then somebody else can kind of say, this will be I'll do the Tuesday. And then I can go find another Tuesday spot for another neighborhood and say, these are the flowers, these are, have some of it be edible, and some of it be like edible flowers, some of it be edible vegetation, some of it be edible fruits. And know it's weird to eat a flower, but only today is it weird to eat a flower. I mean, if you said 300 years ago, yo, we're eating garbage, people would say, you eat trash? Why? But that's what we're eating today. It's like normal, totally normal. In America, in the United States of America, it's normal to eat actual poison. The vegetables we eat got poison all over them, and you know that processed food comes in a bag, man, oh man, that is poison, crazy. So, I don't know. Like, what's up? My indoor plants, dude, I need to let these things die. I'm not meant to take care of plants inside because plants are not meant to live indoors. Indoors aren't supposed to exist. The indoors are made up. And I highly value imagination because without imagination, this apartment wouldn't be here. Nobody would have a car. Nobody would have an airplane. Nobody would have we would still be drinking out of like infected waters, and like we wouldn't have like potable water and irrigation systems and all this. Like we wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have anything. If people weren't capable of imagining, we wouldn't have anything. We'd still be fucking covered head to toe in matted fur with foreheads the size of fucking an SUV going, bruh. Yeah. Bruh. Oh. I don't know. Like, and then it's like, you need to be realistic. You're not grounded in reality. What are you talking about? What is real, even? The concept of electricity, that we could harness it, was like insane to people until we did it. Now I'm not so sure. Now I kind of agree with the people who are like, that's crazy. That's not possible. We're not supposed to do that. Now I kind of agree. I mean, I know it's possible because we did it, but like, what? I don't know. Anyway, connections. Oh man, it looks so gray out there. I don't want to go for a walk, but I think I will go for a walk down into the city, and I'll just fucking give myself a latte or something. Try to make a connection with, and try to make some connections with people and love some people very deeply. Oh my God, and love myself very deeply along the way, and just love myself and love other people, and just the best of my ability. Yeah. 8:35, it's probably